Post more is one of the most misused advice on the internet right now because 99% of people get it wrong. And why did I say they get it wrong? It's because they take the advice for what it is, which is post more, and then they just post more sporadically like that. But now, I'm going to show you in this video the difference between posting more and posting more the right way. And I'm going to show you proofs from my channel and other channels that I also post on, and also other channels that I don't control, just to show you what it means to actually post more the right way. So let's get into it. So you should actually post more, but not the way they told you. Posting more isn't the problem. Posting more of nothing is the actual problem. Random posts with no plan, just filling a calendar, or maybe trying to fulfill a righteousness by just doing what one guru online told you, is actually not the way to go. That is posting more of nothing. And posting more of nothing means no results and no direction and no strategy, right? Now, I'll prove this to you with my own channel. On the left hand here is my channel that I started like a month ago, and I was posting sporadically. Like I was posting different things, I was showing different builds that I was building. Now all of this helps solve similar type of problem, which is like the content problem, right? But then I just post this periodically. I post Twitter boards, I post this, I post this. So most people coming to the channel are now people that are more interested in the coding aspect of things, or the prompting aspect of things, or how to use AI, right? And that was not my goal. I was trying to attract like-minded people like me, people that are into content, founders, agency owners, and all of that. Even though I'm not selling them on anything, just like I'm not selling you on anything in this video, right? Now, on the right-hand side is Cook Research channel, which is a channel we started like a few months ago, and I'm actually the one responsible for posting on this channel. Now, what we do on this channel is we post highlights of videos that Search as already shot. And these videos solve a particular pain for a client, right? Now, the reach might not be so impressive, but one thing I want to assure you is each of these videos, when you watch it, it solves a particular problem. And if that problem is you, or you fit into the ICP that the video is trying to solve for, you would book a call with us. Now, that is me being strategic with this channel and not being strategic with my own channel. So posting more means you should not do what is on the left. So, but if you're a business owner and then you want to use your content to drive sales, you should be doing more of what is on the right when you want to post more. But then what is on the right, before you can be able to do it, you need a bank of content. You can't just do this by shooting these videos every single time. Like you can see the cadence at which these videos go up, right? It's not something a business owner can actually have the time to be recording these videos. So yeah, let's move on to the next slide. So volume only works when it is strategic. That is when volume works. Aside from that, volume does not work. And the algorithm runs a test. Like it sends your video out to a small group, and then if the small group stays, it pushes it to a larger group. But then if the small group does not stay, it won't push it to a larger group. Like I believe everybody already knows this by now. But then when you post random volume, it's equal to being skippable. Like you are going to be skipped on the feed. Just because today someone saw a video about you talking about clock code, and then the next day you're talking about something entirely different from clock code, right? So people will definitely skip you because they don't know you for one particular thing. They know you for random things, right? So if your goal is to drive sales with content, again, don't post randomly because people are going to skip and YouTube will punish you for that. Now, when you have a strategic way of posting, you have a strategic volume, you have, let me say, you have good enough content bank, and you post strategically, it's going to grow momentum, and in the long run, the channel will start popping off. I'm going to show you an example in front, but yeah, you should just know this, have this word registered in your mind, know that when you post strategically, the momentum keeps building. And when you post randomly, you kill momentum and people skip you, and then YouTube end up punishing you for that. Now, this is how you post more strategically in 3 steps. The first step is 3 things you always say. So you have 3 things that you always like saying, but then you need to note down these 3 things and then say them differently. These 3 things should be things that trigger your customers. These 3 things should be things that make your customers be in the buying state of mind, right? Now, the second step is you spread those 3 things across the whole week. When you spread them across the whole week, you have a team or you do it yourself. When you spread them across the whole week, you write down topics that correlate or helps you talk about one of those 3 things in all those topics. And when you have something like that, then you have a full week of content to push that would always move the needle when your audience sees it or when your ICP sees it. Now, the third step is you batch the entire content and then you cut out the weak ones, right? When you batch it for the whole week, you put down the whole topic that you want to discuss about, that speak about the 3 things that your customers get triggered by the most. Then you batch the entire content and then cut out the weak ones. The weak ones meaning the ones that you maybe feel like won't maybe move the needle based on data, or the ones that are less performed on your channel the other times. It's either maybe you want to like test a different angle or test a different title, then you can shoot it. But if that's not the case, you should cut it. No need to waste your time on it. So those are the 3 things that you need to implement just so you can start posting strategically and then have good enough content bank to post like these gurus do. Now, here is this same machine at scale. So every video on Hormozi or the Hormozi highlights solves a specific problem. Like when you watch this video in the first frame, the title says $11 million construction owner wants to hit 100 million, right? It's just 65 views in the last 1 hour, right? If you're not a construction owner, you won't be watching this video. But if you are a construction owner and you click on this video and then Hormozi advises this $11 million construction owner on the next steps to take to hit $100 million, that advice would be implemented by some people in the same category as this man. And if that advice will help them increase revenue in their business or increase sales, they would 100% come back to Alex Hormozi and want more, which means they eventually get into his funnel and buy his stuff. That is what I'm saying. So this means these guys are posting very, very strategically because each and every post solves a problem for a customer. So you should post more, but post sharp. Post from a system and not from a calendar. And yeah, that sums it. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and if it helped you gain more clarity on whether you should just post more or post strategically, right? So lock in. Tomorrow I'm gonna be rebuilding founders content in 1 hour, right? So it might be you, just put it down in the comments, or I'm gonna select a founder at random and rebuild their entire content in 1 hour, right? So see you there. Ciao.